Welcome back to the finale of To Defy the Dragon, Secrets Between the Stars, a mini-series, canon to the universe, important to plot. You have to watch it. That's the full title of the series. I didn't want to tell you that till this episode.
How many colons are in that title?
Not enough. My name is Corey. I'm your host and GM. And we'll go around and introduce our players and characters. We'll start on my left.
I'm Marcus. I play Hyalessa, the battle medic operative.
2146, the soldier of the Formian Unified Hive of Castrovel.
I'm Sully. I play Tula, previously disgraced gamer girl, a current Shadow Knight mech enthusiast.
I'm Logan. I play Vinny, a little guy in a suit and tie, an encouraged to retire bureaucrat who is way in over his head in a big robot. And he's loving every minute of it.
Well, speaking of that, you guys are currently in Big Robots. In the last episode, the party had defeated a robot dragon. That's where we left off. You guys defeated a robot dragon and had a little girl who freaked everyone out. Several guns were pointed at her. After calming down and realizing she's not a threat, just weird, and can control ghosts, they all left to head towards the rebel village. On the way there, they ran into a man named Declan, who had a big white brim and he had kind of a nice smile, and he recognized the little girl, saying that he just calls her Oracle. They talk for a bit, head back to the rebel camp, where they find the old leader that they had seen before, just completely drunk in shame and lounging around, very sad. Then Vinny comes in, gives her a little pep talk. She feels a little better, goes out to leave. As they go downstairs, God, you just stare at me blank every time. Like, you don't break.
2146 is ready. They are prepared for any dangers they may face.
He's idling.
His idle animation is a PNG.
Idling would be a distraction. 2146 is focused.
With the leader of the rebels having a new sense of confidence, she walks out to go start making amends. The party goes downstairs into a massive hangar where 4 huge mechs are. And one girl that recognized Tula and had not been quite caught up on all of the controversies happening around Tula in her gaming industry world.
What?
Allegedly.
As they're all down there, massive attack from Ilith and her forces begins on the town. They all hop into mechs, get up there, and just make clean and easy work of everyone. That's where we are now, with Ilith circling around, looking down at them. You 4 are all in the wreckage of this battle that you just fought. There's fairly minimum amount of damage, some burn marks from where some flamethrowers were shot and some other attacks were, but nothing too structurally bad.
There's a man-sized hole in at least one building.
And a man-sized splatter on another one.
Is that like a Looney Tunes cutout where it's a perfect shape?
2146 would imagine so, yes.
Yeah. And then it gets really real at the end of it, as it hits the third wall.
As long as it doesn't hit the fourth wall. Okay.
Then he enters us. You're all standing there looking up at Ilith as she's flying around in this night sky, and she looks down at all of you, stops circling, and looks and goes, "You think you can have these relics of the past here to try to stop me? I think not. I'll return and destroy all of you, and I'll take the things you value most out of payment for you destroying my men and all of my things." And she begins to fly off.
Tula, how do you make it fly?
Huh? What?
How do you make them fly,
Hold on,
Tula?
I can't-
2146 cannot figure it out.
I'm gonna open up the little I imagine like it's like a little visor on the front of the
The windshield of the dragon just slides to the side.
I kind of look outside of my mind. Wait, what's going on?
How do you make them fly? She is getting away.
I don't know what yours does. Hold on, I got.
It clearly it has massive wings.
Yeah, okay.
How does it fly?
Okay, I'm coming. I'm gonna start like like how a roller coaster has those really big ladders or steps.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what I'm working with as I'm on my way.
You open the cockpit and they just kind of jut out of it. As you begin walking down, you see Ilith begin to go out of the edge of the atmosphere, and at that moment she hits what sounds like the sound barrier as she just rockets towards her castle. And you see the clouds that were around her are now beginning to part with just the force of how for launching herself.
I don't think we're gonna catch it, pal. Not right now.
Hold on!
Especially, it
Okay,
looks like you
please.
guys had some pretty severe damage. I don't think y'all
Yeah,
are
I'm pretty.
Yeah, my mech's busted. Not on my account. I think it's just busted.
Here,
Let me see yours.
I don't think her legs work so good. Can you help me? Like, if you get under one shoulder, I'll
Are
get
you
under
in
the
my
other shoulder.
cockpit?
Yeah, I imagine I've made it.
As you get in the cockpit, all three of you will hear from a comms unit inside. You just hear Declan's voice go, "All right, guys, I think we're okay for now. If you want to disengage a little bit here."
Hold on, this!
Okay, yeah, wait.
You would all see 2146's glorious giant battle robot simply disappear and rematerialize on the other side of the building.
How you
Did
doing?
it fly?
It pops back into existence, and Tula's just. Ah! It's happening again!
It is still on the ground.
Don't press anything!
It moved.
As you Declan goes, all right, 2146, hang on a second. He goes, don't touch. We need to make a tactical retreat here, okay? She's wiped out a lot of our men, but we've also wiped out a lot of hers. And I'm assuming that if she's running away now, then she can't really make this fight at this moment. But you guys are in no shape to either.
Yeah, no, my mech is busted.
Yeah, I see that. It's okay.
Your legs don't work.
You fit in this cockpit. 2146 will carry you in theirs. If she retreats, she fears defeat. She thinks we have the advantage. It should be pressed.
2146, can you carry her mech back to so that we
I think
can
you're
get
a
it to repair?
quadruped, pal.
Hold on. The one arm of this mech is still a giant sword whip thing, by the way. I had to figure out it won't close.
No, forget
See the
about
elbow joint of this trying to close, but the links are still separated, so it's just getting stuck on this detached blade whip.
it. Hyalessa starts piloting hers over toward to help pick her mech up because I realized I can also probably help too.
Hold on.
You need to.
It has to go back to it doesn't go back in the sheath when it isn't a single blade. But
You hear over the comms again. You hear the mechanic woman is Leah. She goes over. She goes, "You can just leave it. I'll get to it. It's okay. I'll if you
no,
wanna exit."
2146 will solve this.
No, it's okay. Hey, we can't win them. You're good at hitting. You're not good at disengaging. It's okay.
You can see the shotguns kind of deploying.
Okay, that's why you stop hitting those buttons.
So you're fired. It's actually. It's so crazy how fast that can happen. That's done.
I'll switch to like a private channel on the comm link. Tula.
Oh, so I'm getting a call. It's still on speaker. Yeah.
Is it the captain?
It's private. So you have
We're
to.
like masked in a single person company.
It's private, so you don't
You're like
hear
in
it.
between two of my legs on the side of the
No,
seat.
you can't hear it though.
You're wearing headphones.
Do these things usually come with like a training program that you
I
can
don't-
activate?
I don't like a
Like a level 1, learn to walk.
tutorial?
Yeah, like a tutorial.
I
Mechs
don't
and you.
think so. Usually anything that requires like a license, they kind of do that kind of stuff when you get the license.
Got it.
Operating Star Metal mechs for dummies.
There's an assumption of a precursor to this kind of.
Hey, Numbers, can you come take a look at my mech and see if it's got the same buttons?
Hey, you don't want him to do that.
No, 2146 will come take a look. They are excellent with controls such as this.
Oh no.
Mine can walk. Like, we gotta get yours out of there.
As you exit, you hear from a comms unit for all of you. Declan sees that. He goes, "Oh, good, you're out." You hear a beep, and the doors lock behind you.
Wait,
Captain!
I'm still.
Captain, you open the hatch! Captain, I'm here!
I'm not in that one.
Leave.
Dula, you can pilot that thing back,
Wait,
right?
no, shut up! I'm still in there. What do you mean I lied?
Captain, open the hatch!
No, stop! We're not going to the next scene.
While all of this is happening, Hyalessa is sitting in the mech and she's just reading the owner's manual that was in the glove box.
After some time of you all getting into these weird little shenanigans and Declan begging you to leave, you guys come down and he has you meet him back in that main large building that you guys had been in. He's sitting at the table as you four walk in, and he goes, "Okay, welcome back. As Leah and I were talking, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to repair your mechs back up in tip-top shape. We probably looking at you guys. No offense, you look a little worse for wear. You've had a very long day, so I want to make sure that you guys are also back up in tip-top shape. So here's the deal. Well, I'll make with you four. Okay? We want that dragon dead, obviously. You want that dragon dead, obviously. So here's what we'll do. We'll take a few weeks here. We'll patch up the mechs. We'll patch you guys up, but we'll also patch up your ship. We can go down, find it, bring it up, and we'll repair it, and then we'll finish repairing it once you kill Ilessa. Once she's dead, then your ship is good to go, and you can bring that Master Dragon back with you.
Once we kill Ilessa.
Why are we killing Ilessa?
Ilith, my bad.
Okay.
It's been a long day for me as well, you know.
He's like, I'm down for one of those, but not the
I
other.
already died once today.
Yeah, well, my apologies. Well, if you guys kill Ilith, you guys kill Ilith, we'll repair your ship for you.
That's kind of something we were going to do anyway.
It's a good deal. But what happens to her castle?
Yeah.
If you want the castle, you can have the castle.
Okay!
Yeah.
Our people at this point just want to be free of her in general.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
anything
yeah,
that
yeah.
even remotely resembles her as some sort of remembrance, if it's gone, it's gone.
If in some way further down the road we can contribute to your cause with our new battle station, let's be honest, you let us know.
All right.
Everything's got a price tag.
We'll see what happens. And with that, after that, he kind of shows you to a house that has some rooms in there for you. You see a couple of nurses, and they're ready to start patching you up. Now what we have is some downtime. We have about 2 weeks for them to fully repair the mechs, for you guys to fully heal up, and for them to start rebuilding your ship. As the time goes on, you see that the ship has been completely dismantled. In that hour it was left alone, his team, the cult leader's team had managed to fully disassemble it. So they are now in the process of reassembling it themselves. So, in this 2 weeks, you guys have some downtime. You can do whatever you want. If you want to try, let's say what you guys would do during this downtime, I can try helping you out here. What would you like to do?
2146's objective is simple. They aim to fight this dragon, this Ilith, with these new machines that have been gifted to them. So they must learn how to pilot this machine. They will be practicing. They will be drilling, as they would with their weapon shield.
Training montage?
So I'm going to go over to 2146.
Okay.
And I'll be like, so it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar if you've never driven before. So, and I'm going to show him my racing game.
Is it Skidder Racer? Is that what it's
Skidder
called?
Racer.
Skidder Racer.
So you can pick your character, and then that doesn't really matter unless you if you choose if it has a different weight. You just pick one that looks nice.
2146 does not understand how this will aid in the piloting of a war mech.
It's like driving.
See,
You don't know how to drive, so that would help you.
You gotta buy the microtransactions to get the better skin. That'll help.
Oh, you can't introduce something like that to him. He's so vulnerable.
I mean,
What do you mean? 2146's hide is impermeable.
It's no,
Reinforced with thermal plating.
No.
Carbon threaded, even.
not in that sense. Of course, Hylas is talking about microtransactions. You could buy some little rubies on the side and then get a nicer car if you want to. Hey, my credits are linked to that thing. Holy cow!
we had 2 fax machines on the ship. Did you get them? Are they both there?
We haven't found him yet, but if we find him, I'll let you know.
One of them was for scams.
If I find your fax machine, I'll absolutely get back. We've got really no use for it here.
Priority numero uno, though, is it's a personal computer. I'm working on a novel.
Oh, what kind of novel?
A little self-help, Speaking of which, Vinny is going to spend his downtime helping the rebel leader make amends for their actions.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do.
Arcade is so fun.
Did you install RGB gamer lights in 2146's
It's
back?
nice, huh? You like it? It's kind of.
That purple's a good
It
color.
looks better.
The fun fact, the one that has the purple skin, his hitbox is 1 degree smaller. So that's the pay to win.
Oh my gosh.
You would like to help the rebel leader.
Yes.
Okay, we'll circle back to these all. What are you guys doing in these 2 weeks here?
I imagine that it is something like that. If 2146 would like to learn how to pilot, Tu is the person to learn it from, and so I think that that's what she would be spending the majority of her time doing, is sort of trying to teach him like some of the ropes and stuff.
Oh.
And then anything else would be, I think that she hasn't logged into any of the forums in a long time. But what Isla was mentioning about like comments that were floating around online,
Yeah.
is definitely living in the back of her head a little bit.
Give me just a raw D20 luck roll,
Okay.
and this will determine what the comments are saying.
Oh, I'm really cool. 7 is a lucky number.
7 with a 7. You log onto the forums, and all of them so far, like, it's not just forums, but social media is blazing with it too, just saying that they can clearly see when you move your hand in one way that it has what looks like a firm implant inside of it that does not move like the rest of your hand.
Oh, no.
And that seems to be the most damning evidence proving that you are in fact cheating at the game.
Oh no.
You need a PR guy?
I need a PR guy. Bad.
Do this.
Huh?
Do this.
Okay.
Look at that, you're double jointed. How about that?
Double jointed.
You're double jointed.
I could just be
Who
double
knew?
jointed. So then
Not me.
actually that makes them the jerks.
Yeah, because,
It just blames the audience.
There you go.
I could just say it's their fault.
Yeah.
I could just
There's a reason I was encouraged to retire, I'll tell you that.
Vinny, that's brilliant.
I don't know what you're talking about.
2146, what are you up to? Training with the mech? Okay. Circle back to that as well. Hi, Lessa, what are you up to?
Are we mostly like kind of hiding in a bunker, or can we go around?
You can go on the surface as much as you want, yeah.
I think Hylas is going to be trying to lend a hand just with helping people who are injured, helping any of the people who are providing medical assistance, but also just kind of exploring a little bit around cautiously, just trying to see, since we're on this strange place and there's downtime, you might as well explore a little bit.
Here, I'm gonna start with you, actually. You are walking around this town, you're helping out people, you're meeting a lot of the locals. And a lot of them are extremely nice. They are extremely grateful to have what they have. And they're especially grateful to you guys for helping save their town. They are not under immediate threat anymore now that Ilith has flown off to her castle. As the weeks go on, you grow closer and closer with these people. You see that some of them, you see them at their highs, you see them at their lows. You see them at their highs where they have like a little market that they go and they share whatever they can share with each other as best as they can to make sure the community is as vibrant and well off as it possible. You see them at their lows. At a few days in, a couple dies and they leave behind their only child. They were a drow couple and they were very loved in the community, and their son was an 8-year-old boy. And you see Oracle was there helping just kind of be with him at that time. They were playing a little bit together, but they have left behind a child. But through that sadness, you see the community itself gather around this kid, help as much as they can. They don't make an orphanage because he's the only orphan, but they are having a foster system within the community itself to help him out. As you are walking through these streets, I would like you to make me either an engineering or perception check.
Okay. Engineering or perception. Perception is a little bit better. It's still not a great roll, so it's a 6 plus 13 for 19.
Okay. With the 19, you're walking these streets and you look up at the castle that's in the sky. It is distant, but not far. It is in space, so it has that hue to it as if it is very, very far away from you. But in relation to the other moons that are around, it is relatively close. You see that it is medieval style. It is full stone castle with towers on top, and you can see on top of those towers are massive turrets that seem to be just kind of aiming upwards and downwards, but not quite outwards. So from seeing that, you can presume that if anyone were to go to the castle from the top, they would get shot down by those turrets immediately.
Okay.
2146. What they allow you to do with this mech is they allow you to take it outside. They have the hangar open up so you can go out, and they tell you to go fairly far away so you can just kind of go nuts.
Understandable.
Yes, and properly learn this.
This machine seems to be very loud. 2146 is glad they picked this one.
As you are blasting away and learning how your sword actually comes out and goes back in and can unfold, and you're shooting your guns and everything, you begin to make your way back after... You've been doing this for probably about a week or so now. On your way back, you see outside of the town, there's the large log walls. Outside, there seems to be a small little patrol there. Or not patrol, I'm sorry, but like a... I want to say Splatoon, but that's the video game.
Platoon.
That's close.
That's the
like
pun
the
it's
movie.
based on.
Yes, I know. I couldn't think of the word. You see a little platoon of people outside, but they seem to, instead of like being ready for war, they're actively training. They have dummies out there with swords, and they have bows and arrows that they are using to fight. As you look at it, you're able to piece together. They're not the best at it. They are all right, and they know how to do it, but they're not quite able to like hit spots that matter. They're not holding them confidently. You see their forms are all incredibly off.
2146 is not much of a trainer, but they are aware we are, well, relying on the aid of these people, and they have been kind to us. They have given 2146 this gigantic weapon to go blast a dragon apart with, to learn for their hive. They would offer their help if the platoon wished it.
Sure. As you step out of the mech and you walk down, they all stop to look at you because there's a massive mech that is in front of them.
It is
now as they
hard not
walk
to
out.
notice.
Yes. You walk.
As is 2146.
You walk down, and they're all staring at you. You can give me an intimidation or an athletics check.
Those are 1 point different. But 2146 has the shouting box. 2146 is going to use the shouting box.
I will get you for the shouting box. I'll give you advantage on it.
But 2146 will take it, but the shouting box does already give a flat bonus to intimidate. That's the thing that it
okay.
does.
Well,
that's the advantage of this.
Never mind that.
This is the one thing that they gain for having to shout for this entire miniseries is a +2 to intimidate checks.
All right.
The only benefit.
There you go. Then never mind.
That would be a 36 to
With-
intimidate.
With a 36, how do you intimidate these men into being better?
2146 really only knows the Formian way of training, which is, well, drilling, the thing that he is doing. These are simple, they are repetitive, they are mundane, but they make you learn. If the weapon does not act as a part of you, it is ineffective. Blades are helpful, reach is good. Guns are useful, 2146 guesses. They don't know, they don't carry one. But it is about repetition. It is about practice. It is about acting without thought. And they will be driven until they understand without even knowing, thinking that they understand.
You drill this deep into their mind, and they learn it. They are nervous of you because of how loud you are. But after a couple of days here, they realize that you are a nice person at your core. You just are like that. And they grow.
It does not have an off switch. This has been discussed.
As they learn that very quickly, you see that they have all began to improve their abilities, and they are actually able to hold a sword and blades in general more confidently, are able to strike the proper places on the dummies.
The more they would begin to learn, the more practiced their swings would become. The more the scent emanating forth from 2146 would be one of almost a stale ale of disappointment, turning to something more of a fresh, almost baked bread scent of pride. As emotions are spectrums presented via expressions and mannerisms in most creatures, so too are these Formian scents, these pheromones, two sides of one thing. They can literally smell 2146's pride in their improvements.
As the days near the 2-week point, you hear them all just be like, "Did you get bread?" The other guy is like, "I got bread." After a little bit, they're just sitting there going, "Bread, bread, bread, bread."
2146 does not understand this chant, but they appreciate their enthusiasm. Bread, 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 bread. They have earned it.
Dula.
That's my name.
So you're walking around trying to figure out PR for yourself. Is this
I
your
guess-
plan?
Well, I think that I'm gonna sort of just take some of Vinny's advice and I'm just gonna turn it on my viewers. I'll like start. I imagine that like every sort of move that Tula makes towards this goal, she'd like come back to Vinny to be like, "So this is what I did. I updated like this like my celebrity birthdays, like all those websites where they collect like fun facts, and I made all of them say that I'm double jointed. And then I have all these alt accounts, and so I've been commenting like under people's comments, and I've been calling them jerks and a-holes for making fun of my multiple jointedness. I'm kind of workshopping that. I don't know if there's really a term for it yet, but
here's what you do. You make another alt account to cool yourself off. Make sure that alt account goes with the phrase ignorant instead of stupid, and that way they can be shown as someone correcting you from the outside world and not just you having a realization on your own. So that way it looks like your fans got to you.
that's brilliant. Vinny, why did they ever fire you?
I was encouraged to retire.
Why?
Sometimes the red tape is there for a reason.
Is this red tape or is this?
Tula, as you are, Tula, I imagine you are responding to people on social media. I imagine you're responding to people on social media, and as you're doing that, you're kind of pacing around, typing in response to people. There's just one particular person who just will not back off. And as you're pacing around and typing, you kind of look up and you find yourself, not only have you left the village, but you're now in like a little wooded area. But inside of this wooded area, you see a massive old wooden building that looks like it has been here for a while. It looks a little newer, or it looks a little older than all of the actual village itself, but it does look to be in the same style.
Tula looks up, realizes that she's just kept walking while she was on her phone without keeping track of where she was. She's like, oh gosh, that's what happened to those people who played that mobile app.
We ignored all the little pop-ups that said, "Watch your surroundings."
I'm a passenger.
And it still doesn't let you play! What is the point of the button?
I guess I'll look around. I'm a little scared. Tula's not really very brave. She's this isn't really like her super jam, but she also doesn't know where she is at all. So I'll just kind of look around.
You're able
Maybe
to see
there's
that the
some
village is. You
signage.
can see the village through the tree line. Like you're not like far from it at all.
Okay.
But you are just in like an offshoot area.
Oh well, now that I know where I am, I'll go look.
As
I'll be
you go to open the door, it does creak open. There's not even seem to be a door latch in there. It is just on hinges. As it creaks open, you see that there
I'm
are
gonna do like the peek around the corner.
the Scooby-Doo like head up. You see that this is a massive library, and it goes far back. These are old wooden floors with shelves that are just lined with books and data pads, and the only light from within here is a massive window against the wall that has all of that. There seems to be no light bulbs or candles or anything.
Oh my gosh, it's so dusty in here. And what's all this crap?
Give me a culture check.
Okay. When you weigh into that. So much. It's a 1. But I
That
add.
fits for Tula.
That fits, yeah.
I add 24.
Okay. So
But it isn't that one.
here's what I'll give you. With a 25 total.
Generous.
Generous. With a 25 total, you look through this library a bit, and as you kind of go further and further in the back, you find what looks like a handwritten journal. And as you kind of dust it off, you see that it says Journal of Azrael, which is that ghost that you had fought in the little girl dimension, as it was colloquially called. As you pick it up and kind of look at it, a piece of paper slips out from the bottom. And you unfold it, and they are full blueprints of Eilith's castle.
This is the easiest game. It's the easiest game I've ever played.
Looking at it, and this is where your low roll comes in, it's hard to read. They're blueprints. You don't know how to read blueprints. As you look at them, what you can tell is there's this massive wall around her castle. And going in through the front entrance, there is a huge courtyard for tons of people to be able to walk, as well as Eilith herself, who is a massive dragon. She can walk around freely in this courtyard. Notably, though, there are 2 elevators in this courtyard. They seem to be like from where fountains are. The fountains will rise up in what seems to be some sort of pod that can hold a mechanical defense system of some kind. Is able to come out of that.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what you get from the blueprint.
Well, I'll just pocket that. Yeah, that seems useful. But I want to snoop through the journal.
Yeah. You snoop through the journal. You see it's just a lot of like kind of his day-to-day stuff. But in between there are love notes to a woman named Lyatha. He says that in the journal, one of the first entries with her is just him expressing how much he truly loves her, and that he couldn't believe that in this vast universe that is so easily to explore, he's able to find the one person he was able to love and feel like himself fully. The next entries explain that Eilith has been acting irrational and erratic, and like she hasn't been quite acting like herself, and has been more prudent and more open to anger and violence. And then the final entry, you see that Azrael, Lyatha, and 2 others have decided to get into these mechs and to try to fight Eilith herself. And he's worried that they are not prepared enough. He's worried that they don't have the forces that they need. And he's also worried for Lyatha's safety through all of this. And that is the final entry you see.
Ooh. I'll take this back to camp with me, but I will be very careful to not show Hylessa everything, because if Hylessa figures out that the dragon used to be friendly, she's going to try and save it again. And I want to talk to it, and I want to kill it.
We're big game hunters here.
Yes!
So, I'll take it to Vinny, though. Vinny.
How you doing?
Look what I found this in a weird hut over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a diary from Azrael, and they tried to fight the dragon with the mechs before. And we can assume it didn't work because the dragon's still here. I also found a blueprint for the castle.
What do we say about burying leads? Alright, hang on. Corey, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Will you spell the dragon's name?
Ayleth.
A-Y-L... What now?
Leth.
And what was the love interest's name? Could you spell that one?
Lyatha. Liatha.
Alright.
You're really close.
I thought I was cooking.
You
Like
were. I'll give you were cooking. that as you did it, I was like, "That's a cool idea."
Because I literally spelled it out. I anagrammed it, and I was like, well, I think I could make Eilith work with Lyatha's name as an anagram.
And the ghost's name was Tom Riddle? right?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Is that what you said?
Tom Bombadil, actually.
Better, scarier.
Scarier.
Much more
More
powerful.
syllables.
Much more powerful.
But loves his wife.
Okay, well, that makes me really sad for Ghost Boy.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened to her, but these mechs,
I don't think she made it.
I don't know if she,
See, because he was really upset, and that would be upsetting.
you know, I bet that was her mech that we fought. Because it's the only one not here.
We really messed it up. but-
Actually,
well,
at what point in the 2-week period is this?
Week and a half.
We can have, all right.
Undescribed
I don't know,
time
I'm only-
in the montage.
If I would have thought about it earlier in the time period when they're fixing mechs, I would have been also, if you're going to get our ship, there's another busted dragon mech.
So the dragon in there was not a mech.
Okay.
That dragon was just like a robot that they had built.
Great.
As like a symbol to her. What you do, you have all 4 of the mechs
Okay.
that seem to be in his
do
journal.
we know who was in which mech? Can we gather from the journal?
Yeah, if you give me like a little bit of time to dig through my notes again, I can find it because I don't remember off the top of my head, to be 100% honest with you.
can say whatever you want right now.
You have 2 weeks for it to search for it.
I've got a lot of other things going on. As Azrael was in the Shadow Mech, let's see. I have to remember all 4 of your mech names too. Azrael was in your Shadow Mech.
Protagonist.
Huh?
I said protagonist.
Lyatha was in the
Who's
Palisade.
my girlfriend?
That was me.
And then the other 2 had Shadow Knight and Time Knight, but they don't have names in the journal.
Oh,
You're
Shadow
right.
Mech's not you. Shadow Mech is Marcus.
I'm a shadow knight.
I'm
You're
Flame
a
Knight.
mech that is called Shadow Knight, but a
No.
sharp wing.
I'm
Yeah,
Palisade
so
Knight.
she's Shadow Knight.
You said Shadow Knight twice. You said Shadow
Shadow
Mech
Knight-
and then Shadow Knight.
Shadow Knight was
Well,
Azrael. Lyatha was Palisade.
the other 2.
Flame
Time and Flame?
Knight,
Oh.
Flame Knight, and Time
Oh, you
Knight.
said Shadow Knight
Yeah.
twice.
This is me panicking.
You can't rip me away from my mech wife, dude. I just got her.
Yeah, hot robot wife, dude. You can't take that from me. Vinny,
yeah. How you doing?
you are helping. You are helping rally the troops up a bit here. It helps Zephna try to regain face and
Yeah.
see what she can do. Give me a diplomacy check.
Can do.
59.
1,000.
You're both right.
Wow, 1,059.
59,000.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yours is nicer. Yours is more generous.
40.
40. You blew it out of the water, my man. Okay, you see Zephna is just kind of nervous to be going out and doing it. It's clear that she really wants to, but she knows the weight of what she did and the weight of the responsibility she has to take. So I will give it to you. What do you do to rally these troops up with Zephna?
I'm going to help her learn how to apologize. Like, how you properly say you're sorry. You're not owed the forgiveness. Things like that. Like, this is exactly... It's gonna suck. But these are things that people need to hear, and they're things that you have to say. It's gonna get a little easier every time, but it's never gonna be easy.
She hears that and she goes, okay, I think we can try. And you see her go up to one house, and she kind of stands at the door and just kind of stares at it blankly for a minute. And then eventually she knocks. They open, and you see 2 bug-like beings come out, and they start talking to her. And you can't quite hear what she's saying, but you can see in the body language they're a little standoffish. She's incredibly remorseful, and as the conversation goes on, you see tensions raise for a bit, but then they lower, and all 3 of them hug. And she walks back, and she goes, "Okay. I mean, they're still angry, but like you said, I can't expect it. So, thank you, Vinny."
Yeah, no problem.
That continues over the next few days. And as that does, 2146, you see, as you're helping train these soldiers, more and more people start showing up to help the fight in general. And by the end of these 2 weeks, you have a lot of the village who has been turned and is wanting to help them out. You have the schematics for her castle. You know about the guns on top of the castle, and you have now trained a full army ready to fight when the time is right. A couple days after the 2 week pass, You're all standing around this table with Declan as you're starting to go over the plans. He has the schematics out and he's trying to draw where to best go. And as you are doing that, you hear again the sound barrier break. And a massive rush of wind. This all sounds exactly like when Eilith flew away the first time. She's now back. As you rush out the door, there's a small little house where that one bug-like couple was in. You see she has her claws down directly next to it, and she dips her head into the house, breaking the roof apart. And you hear screaming and panic, and you hear men and women beginning to grab their weapons to charge towards her. And as she pulls her head out, you see that one drow boy in her mouth, just hanging by his shirt as he's squirming and looking panicked and angry as she goes, "Well, this is mine now." And she flies off towards her castle.
We gotta go!
Suit up.
2146 is not confident the child will survive a super atmospheric journey to a flying castle moon.
We gotta go!
But there's no time to think about that. We have to go.
Oh, we gotta go!
On that note, I want everybody to give me a perception check real quick. And that'll answer a couple questions that I'm sure a few of us have about the safety of a child.
I mean, I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. Thank you for not lying.
2146 upgraded their roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did everyone get?
32.
26.
26.
14 on the die for a 14.
Okay.
30.
30. Okay. 2146 does not see this. You three. You see, as she begins to fly away, she opens her mouth a bit. Inside, you can see she does not have like a mouth to eat. It is open in there, but she puts the kid in there and closes her teeth, assuming to make some sort of like vessel for him to, like an airtight pocket for him to be able to go in, be able to handle the pressures of space as he flies up. But also, the more important thing you notice is where her claws were on the ground, all of the grass is completely dead. It is browned and it's beginning to sand. And where her tail was near, in that little pocket of forest by the library you saw, the trees are beginning to brown and wilt a bit as well.
So her mouth's like a pelican. There's like extra room in there.
What is a pelican? Is this some kind of transport ship?
As you all begin to rush towards your mechs, this is where we're actually going to take our 10-minute break here.
Yeah!
We hope to see you soon. We will be right back. If you like the show so far, follow us on social media at UGT Show. It'll be a great help to all of us. That's where you can keep up to date with all of our shows that we're doing. Like we talked about in the pre-show, we have 1,000 shows happening this week.
Many shows.
So many. Tomorrow is a chat about with me and Logan. We're just going to be building a magic deck because I need something easy to do this week. And then Wednesday, we are doing Secrets Between the Stars Season 3 premiere with me, Logan, Sully, Marcus, and then Gary and Riley will be there as well. And then Sunday is the Book 4 Strange Aeons premiere with Marcus, AJ, and Sully. And then we've announced everyone. It's
no secrets now. You can just go.
Oh, you see, yeah, it's Bryn. I forgot my friend's name. Am I a bad person?
You forgot the last
Brett.
cast member?
Brett's
There's-
name.
Actually,
You're one shy, buddy.
even one
You're
more.
one shy.
But I said you two.
And Colby.
And Colby. I'm not on that show. So it doesn't matter.
He's brain.
There you go.
He's,
That's my mentality.
That's on camera forever now. Brett, Colby, I love you guys. I'll see you. We'll see you all in 10 minutes.
He's actively running a finale. I know that. I know how it feels.
Thank you.
I understand your pain, brother.
Oh my god. Welcome back. We argued about eggs for a long time.
It was a misunderstanding, but we got there.
We just got there. Hi, my name is Corey. I'm your host and GM. Let's introduce our characters and players. And again, to my right.
How you doing? I'm Logan. I play Vinny, little guy in a suit and tie, and he's suiting up.
I'm Sully. I play Tula. I'm in a mech.
2146 Formian soldier, ready to make a lot of noise.
I'm Marcus. I play Hyalessa, the battle medic operative. I can talk.
He can talk. And he can talk. That's a
And
flex.
he can talk.
He can fly.
You four are rushing into your mechs, which are all now fully repaired. As you are rushing in, you guys are getting in, suiting up, running up the stairs, and Islia, the mechanic woman, she's as you get in over the comms unit, she goes, "Okay, I added a couple upgrades. First things first, you guys have like a little bit of burst, so you can able to launch yourselves into orbit if you need to. You also have thrusters, so you can move pretty freely in three-dimensional space when needed. That's about all I had time for. I didn't expect to do this right now, so good luck out there, guys." And you hear the comms unit end. As you are getting in and the ceiling above you is opening, that massive screen that was against the wall, you see live footage of all of the ships that the Resistance were able to scrounge together. Your guys' ships, not theirs, is still safely on the ground, but you see all of these ships that they're able to scrounge together begin launching towards the castle as a full siege is beginning, with you guys following directly behind it. Now, what I would like for you guys to do, roll me initiative.
Whee!
I can do that.
I would like to begin combat with one less PP so that I can begin conceal.
Okay.
This is fade.
What are you guys' numbers?
29.
29 puts you right here.
25.
25
Where's
puts you
the-
right here.
16.
16 puts
Well,
you
I rolled
right
a
here.
1 on the die. So, 13.
13 puts you right here.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm not last.
As you four approach, using the information you were able to gather, because Hyalessa was able to notice those massive guns on top, they know to not attack from the top, but rather to attack directly from the front where this massive drawbridge is. Because of that, you're not losing any of the ships during this combat. They are all able to fully attack. As they begin to ram and destroy this front gate, it shatters, revealing the entire courtyard. And none of them were also caught off guard because of Tula's information she got when these two fountains raise up and two massive robotic dragons come out and begin to attack on them as well. How this is going to work is you guys have to make a direct beeline through the courtyard into Ilith's castle. You guys could stay back behind and help, but Declan, I forgot to say this, Declan, before you guys left, he said, go for the kid, go, don't worry about us, we've trained for everything. 2146, you helped us immensely. We will handle the little guys. You guys need to get through. We'll give you a clearing to get in.
Get the bread, lads.
Bread! As they like begin to just attack. So what this is gonna do in this courtyard, currently there's no opening that you guys are able to properly get into the castle. If you want to, you can make a reflex saving throw to try to get in with no damage, but it will be difficult. Now, what you can do is there's the massive guns on top that you see are firing down at all of the soldiers on the ground. There are guns outside that are shooting at the ships, trying to deflect them and crash them before they can enter into the castle. And there are those two massive robots there that are just taking out waves of people. You can handle any of those, and by doing that, the Resistance will be able to open a path for you more. Or, if you would like to just beeline right in, you can. The more that it's open, the harder the check will be to do. Make sense?
Yeah.
I do have a humongous adamantine spear that
Yes.
ignores hardness.
Cool.
Could we make our own way in?
You can start trying to make your own way in, but it's going to take more time. And the
Fair.
more time that passes, more troops are going to be going
Gotcha.
in, and the harder the check to get through them all without taking any damage will become.
Gotcha.
The difficulty is simply getting past the troops defending the courtyard and into the inner sanctum, correct?
Right.
Because the path is physically blocked by them, yes?
Right.
2146's mech has a teleporter.
Sure.
I can fly, and I'm concealed.
With flying, they do have those massive guns that are on top and all around, so they will be able to make attacks at you. If you
And
try
I'm
to go
concealed.
in. You can try. I'll lower the DC a little bit, but it's not going to do a ton when they are just focusing directly on just you.
Would 2146's mech be able to simply teleport past them?
What is the range of your teleporter?
It starts at 60 feet, but it can be boosted by spending extra PP.
Okay. I'll say that it'll be able to get you to the end of it, but there's still going to be a check required. That like they'll be the last few guys at the end. So I'll say for you, if you want to do your teleporter and the numbers are able to get down a little bit, you'll be able to safely teleport in. You won't have to do the full charge. So your DC can be a little different by using the teleporter.
All right.
How far apart is everything? Like, if we got up to the entrance to try to just beeline in, how far away are the other targets?
Like the turrets and the guns and everything, you mean?
Yeah.
They are all within 60 to 70 feet apart. They're all like fairly close together here.
Okay.
So it would be like if we were doing a regular combat, you'd move through, you'd get like 100 opportunity attacks against your ships as you're just trying to move through.
Okay.
So
Well, and 2146 will quickly attempt to free up some of the forces they have trained by engaging with these draconic defenses, these metal mechs that have emerged in the courtyard.
perfect. Make me an attack roll.
Gladly. Just a single attack roll, or like taking a turn, or whatever
If you want to do a full attack, I'll let you do a full attack on it.
Okay.
And I'll say you can aim for both of them if you want to do a full attack.
There is a large cone-shaped shotgun that can come out of the front of this mech.
Yep.
Then 2146 will certainly take the opportunity to fire twice. That's the -4 for just as a normal full attack, right?
Yes.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. That would be a 36 and a 37
Woo!
on
You
the two
hit.
attacks.
You definitely hit both of them.
This shotgun ignores 11 points of hardness.
Okay. So, as you hit into them, let me write this down here. As you hit into them, you see you're not doing lethal damage, but you're definitely stunning them by doing this. They were not expecting such a massive hit immediately. So they are kind of like in a daze for a moment, so the DC will drop down 4 points total.
2146 would assume this is not really a combat situation, so we're not like tracking PP or gaining PP right now. We're
Right.
just gonna do.
We don't have to
this
super
isn't
worry
like
about
a
that.
strict rules. Okay.
Right. That will be your turn. At any point, at the beginning of your turn, you can decide to either help or you can decide to beeline it in if you want.
Should 2146 still take 2 ammo out of the clip of their shotgun, or are we
Take 2
doing all
ammo.
that? Okay.
Yeah. Vinny.
I'm going to turn my rocket into siege mode
Okay.
and start doing. I can shoot from up to 500 feet away.
Okay.
I'll start taking shots at the big turrets up top.
Awesome. Go ahead and make some shots.
Who can we do?
Crit. Crit.
Yeah.
You hit one.
All right. This does.
Don't worry about damage. We're not going to track damage
Okay,
for
cool,
these
cool.
things. So as long as you hit, then you're doing the stuff you need to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you hit this rocket. you hit this thing, immediately just explodes. So one of the guns are fully down. The DC will drop even more now. Hex here. Ilessa.
So, Moishu are very in tune with emotions around them. So, during this past 2 weeks, Hyalessa has become very emotionally connected with all the people around, and she's very invested with helping out in that little boy that was kidnapped. So she's very driven to just get right in and start fighting. So I want to kind of really really push into the motors,
Okay.
the engines, thrust in. I want to try to beeline, but right when I get to like the entrance, just like right on the threshold, I want to use my thermal burst ability.
Okay.
That's a radius, basically an explosion,
Okay.
but heating up the air in an 80-foot radius around
Okay.
the mech.
So I'll say that the 2 robots are near the entrance of the castle. So if you do that, you'll be able to use that ability onto them.
Okay.
Do you need to make a check or anything? What do we do for this?
Standard action. It's a reflex save.
Okay.
But so
I'll make reflex saves for them here. One will pass.
it's DC 15 plus the mech's, or 15 plus the max tier, which I think
11.
we're 11.
We're
So
11.
DC 26.
26.
26. Okay, one failed, one passed. So I will say the DC drops a little bit once again as you are kind of face to face with them, but just heating up the air.
It says it's an 80-foot radius, so it should get like any turrets and stuff. Since you said everything was within 60 to 70 feet.
I see what you did there. Let me make a couple more checks for you then. One really failed.
Yeah.
One also really failed.
Heck yeah.
So the DC has dropped significantly.
F yeah.
At the first enemy wave's turn, you see from these towers more and more men are becoming to come out, and they have heavier and heavier armor. As they are coming out, the DC will raise one more time to another number. Tula.
Tula. That's me. I am. I'm feeling like I'm just gonna try and rush forward. I mean, my whole thing is that I'm pretty speedy, and I happen to be concealed right now.
Are you invisible?
No.
No.
Oh.
I'm concealed. I could be invisible. I could be invisible.
What does it cost? I'm gonna say it takes your entire turn to be able to do a proper beeline through. Because what you have to do is you have to get to the
Standard
door
action.
and
It's
break
a
through.
standard action, and it's 4 PP.
I'll say you can turn invisible. Then on your next turn, you can beeline through the door if you want. You can try to make the jump.
Oh.
It'll take your full action to get to the door and through it, essentially.
Okay. Okay, so I can go through, but I am.
You can be in.
Because
You
it's
can
a
be
standard
in,
action.
You can be invisible now.
It's
and
a
on-
full action to charge the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't take a standard action and a full action because you took a standard action.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So on your next turn, you can go through, and the DC will be lower for you because you're invisible.
Okay, then. Sounds good.
Cool.
Then I will rush forward. Tula presses a button, and her mech seems to vanish into thin air. And she kicks her feet up and just kicks forward the thrust as she starts charging towards the door.
All right. On your next turn, we'll get to that. It is the enemy's team turn once again, and as they go to begin rushing out more and more, you see those soldiers that were trained are now seeing where they're coming out of and are focusing heavier on there, just kind of getting them at the choke. So your resistance team has 3 willpower points where they can just negate the raising of a DC one time per point. So if you did not train them, they would have just had 1. So you've given them 2 extra ones. So they are going to use their entire turn to prevent the DC from being raised again by those guys.
Heck yeah.
2146.
2146's mech will barrel forward toward the defenses and these doors, and right as their mech reaches the first line of these defenders, they will smash the button and their mech will simply blink forward.
All right, make me a reflex saving throw, and I will say because you're teleporting, the DC will be lower for you. I'll give you a circumstance bonus.
2146's dice are spicy today. I think that's the lowest they've rolled, and that's a 14.
Ooh.
26 total.
26 passes as you are able to just completely psych out. The air is completely heated around these massive robots. They see you charging, and as they go to swing, you vanish and pop up behind them, blasting right into the door.
Giant quadrupedal gargantuan dragon, head down, shoulder down, just smashes into the door here.
Looks like it will take the might of all 4 of you to be able to actually push the door fully open and break through. Vinny.
Time to charge.
Make me a reflex saving throw.
Kapow. Cashing in that hero point. Thank you, hero point people. I don't remember who gave me this one. I didn't remember that I had it.
2146 believes the Jaded Tempest gave both of us one at the same time.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
sir.
Jaded Tempest.
Thank you, Jaded.
Ba-da-ba-ba. Much better. That is a total of 27.
27 passes.
Hex yeah.
You see as they are dazed and confused after
is a
swinging
square
this
map.
around. After swinging this around, they're dazed and confused, and the line begins to open up a bit, and you are able to beeline directly through. Hylessa.
Now that I've already gotten up toward the front, doing that thermal burst, I'm just going to try to continue barreling on in.
All right, give me a reflex save.
18.
18 will not pass. As you begin going through, they those two robots are able, after seeing somebody psych out and another person get through, they are trying to lock in as best as they can. And they're going to swing at you. They're only going to do 19 damage to you, though.
You ever watch a robot try to lock in?
It's a good thing you got shields.
Come watch
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
That's fair.
Secrets
Yeah.
between
Good, excellent
show.
plug, Tula.
That is 19 damage to you as they just swing through. I don't even think breaks your shields.
It does not, no.
They rolled 4. Most of those dice were less than half.
Embarrassing.
At this, at the next waves, the resistance team is going to use their point again to deplete, to make sure the DC does not raise up once again for you, Tula.
Ooh.
As Tula, it is now your turn.
Yay! I will use 1 PP to extend my invisibility for another round.
Alessa, you did make it through, by the way. You are at the door.
Okay.
I forgot to invest. You didn't gotta get stopped.
I assume we're keeping. Oh, we keep it drag. Keep it drag PP.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will subtract one of my PPs to extend my invisibility. I will remain invisible. So you said we need everybody to open the door?
You're the last one to get to the door.
Okay, cool. Well then I'm gonna get to the door.
All right. Make me a reflex save.
Okay. It's a 2 on the die.
Total.
So it's a total of 15.
That will not pass. As
Okay.
you are invisible and mid-swing hitting Hylessa, they just also clip you as well. And they go, oh!
There's another robot there.
You get 26 damage as their massive batons burst right through you.
With hardness and shield.
And with you being able to hit the door just swings open, shattering the hinges off as you 4 bolt through this massive hallway that leads directly to the throne room. As you make it to the throne room, you all see it is very ornate in here. It is the throne itself is this gorgeous piece of just silver that looks almost like a half tub that's been opened up so that she can properly lay and sit down. But around the edges are what look to be silver antlers pointing out. So this looks great for her when she's sitting very, very regal, but also very threatening and not friendly in the slightest. There's a massive red carpet that goes from the door to her throne, which sits on top of a marble slab. And the rest of this room is just stone pillars, massive ceiling that goes hundreds of feet in the air where the pillars meet them as well. Sitting on that throne is Ilith, the massive metal dragon. As she looks at all of you, she goes, "You've made such a mess of my beautiful house. The nerve you have to do that after killing all of my men and trying to take these things that belong to me. You should be ashamed of yourselves."
It's about. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm gonna turn on the voice changer so that I sound scarier. And then I'm gonna go back over the the mic squeak. It's about to be our house.
She goes, "Oh, how foolish of you to think that you can all take over my house here. This place that I call home, that I rightfully have taken for myself. You're pitiful, using archaic machinery even. I could laugh at you." She begins to stand up. As you all begin to ready, I want you all to roll me initiative one more time.
Laugh at this.
Oh, there it is.
Hell yeah.
There's a 5 on the die.
Hell yeah.
Steadily climbing.
Hell yeah.
What did everybody get?
17.
15.
Nice.
Put her in the right spot.
25.
Wait, hang on, I messed up. So, Tula, you got what?
17.
17.
15.
15.
I also got 17.
17. Who wants to go first?
You're faster, so you can go faster.
Vinny?
25.
25. You just lost to her.
Is our PP back to base, or are we keeping what we ended that?
Your PP will go back, we'll recharge like normal.
Are we at where we ended the courtyard, or are we at our starting value?
Starting values.
Dang it.
Oh.
That's way lower.
Yeah.
We already had
since we're
PP and we lost it because we did
Since
nothing.
we're starting a new combat again, I will again begin with 1 less PP and start concealed. And this time, It's gonna make a difference.
All right.
With everything
Maybe this
reset, I
time.
reloaded my shotgun.
If everything-
While we run down a hall.
And you know what? I actually took a potty break.
Does that
What-
mean our shields have had time to regenerate too then?
No.
We lose all of our PP, but we still haven't had enough time to consider a start of a turn.
found the line.
Hey man, we're in a final boss fight. I'm making
We
it.
found the
I'm gonna
limits
make
of
it
his
hard.
generosity.
As Ilith begins to stand up from this throne, she opens her mouth to let out a breath attack. I need all 4 of you to actually make me a will saving throw.
Will.
Will save.
Yes.
Right. I guess that's. Oh,
We don't
well,
even-
that's.
That'd just be your
I
will
think it's
save.
our will
That,
save.
yeah,
that
it
would
wouldn't
just
be.
The robot
that-
does not have will.
The robot doesn't have will.
So that would probably imply that you can't use the PP move that gives you a bonus to saving throws on this. It's
Probably
us, not the
apply.
mech.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
26.
26?
that's another 5 on the
Come on.
die for.
Dice, it's a finale. Let's-
Very average,
let's act
very
nice.
bad.
13. I will
Okay.
not.
You did good. Good work.
I will not.
What'd you get?
13.
Okay.
Oh,
and
Sully,
let me
you just
see if-
received a hero point.
Wait, actually, can you hold on that real quick?
Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
use it?
spend this.
Okay.
I just found it. Thank.
Shout
Wait,
out to the
no, I
dungeon
didn't.
speed
Mean,
run.
that's this. Thank you to the dungeon speed run. Oh my
Perfect
gosh.
timing.
It's just aptly timed.
Let's
It's a 13.
Total?
No.
Okay.
Double digits, baby. And so that'll be what's 21.
21. Okay.
2146 will also use the hero point from Jaded Tempest
Yeah,
for
get
the,
in here.
the total 50-50 chance on it getting better or worse, because they're pretty confident that average is not going to do it. That is legally better.
What's
Synthetic 20.
synthetic 20?
27.
27. So, Vinny, what'd you get said? You said
It was 20.
25?
26.
26.
Yeah.
All right, fine. One more.
It
You
matters.
two notice this. You, Tula and 2146 do not. That as she begins to stand up and open her
Take
mouth
hero
to have her
points.
breath attack, she flickers a bit. That is not the actual her. This is some sort of illusion. And as the breath attack begins to fire, the wall to your right explodes. As outside is the real Ilith, who has just opened the entire wall to the void of space as all 4 of you get pulled out into the vastness of space.
But space is a vacuum.
As.
In the theme song.
Huh?
It's like in the theme song.
What do you mean?
Our theme song.
Oh. as you 4 get pulled into space, you all see you are just surrounded by moons and the planet Karth itself, and one very pissed dragon who is now beelining it to Vinny, who's right in front.
Why?
Oh,
Why was I in front?
We spent 2 hero
hate to
points
be
on
that
that.
guy.
You did.
A roll that could not conceivably have done anything.
You're so right for that, dude. She is going to run up to you, Vinny, and she is going to make a multi-attack. So, first things first, does a 33 hit?
My what?
Your KAC.
That is my KAC.
That will hit.
Mm.
Does a 39 hit?
Yep.
Okay, good. Does a 31 hit?
No.
Okay.
Got him.
Does a 27 hit?
Nuh-uh.
All right. She comes up to you, and you see her mouth is just wide open as she bites directly into you, dealing 41 damage there from just the bite alone. As one claw begins to dig in, doing another 40, so that's 81 damage total, as she is clawing deep into you. But you see her second claw coming up, you're able to block it with one hand and her tail whip around, and using your momentum, able to swing underneath her as she just completely dodge this tail attack.
You looked cool.
Vinny, it is your turn.
Well, it's time for me to make a system check, because I just lost a third of my HPs.
Go ahead and roll me
In the
that
first
d20.
round.
And we're in space, so if I have a
And
cockpit
in
failure,
space.
I could just die.
It's okay.
That's
It's
where I roll things.
the last episode.
Get out of
It's
Oh,
a mini-series.
Whoa.
It's all right.
Oh,
Hey.
it's just my frame.
This your frame. You take a -2 penalty to attack rolls with the weapon mounted in the frame slots, and the mech halves its hardness.
Oh, that happens to be where your weapon is.
That's where my rocket is, yeah.
That's
That's
unfortunate.
That's a -2 to attack on that,
Thanks,
and your hardness is halved.
So 2 instead of 5.
Oh, we
Yes.
round down?
Round
We round down.
In Paizo games, you always round in the bad way. Whatever that would be in that situation.
Vinny, that is your turn. As you have this massive angry dragon at you.
Not
looking
even
at
a
you.
how you doing.
Not even a how you doing.
She's a rude final boss.
Here's the thing about all that.
Yeah, tell him.
What if I were to tell you I didn't like that?
I'd say you're brave.
Yeah, well, you know, I just really can't find the one page that this skill is on. That's gonna be the
You'll get
last
there.
one.
And this phone book of pages. you
There
have.
it isn't. Where did it go?
Oh no.
Where's the?
What are you looking for?
I have a thing that tells her not to hit me in the face, called "Not the Face."
Well,
Oh.
can you do that or can your mech do that?
Oh yeah.
But it's me.
He-
I'm the talker.
She can't even see
Oh, I
you,
think
can
it's a
she?
diplomacy.
Oh,
you got a
well,
mic?
maybe.
You have a mic. We do. You guys do have a mic. I think like with talking stuff, you're allowed. You'd be able to do that.
And remember, you can hear voice in space.
Yeah, not in the face.
This is one of those things that we're gonna hand wave away.
That is-
you
that's
can
why I said
hear
we
each other.
can.
Yes.
I can do that one as a move action, and she's already right in front of me. So
Yes. So you just will not have a mech standard action. You will have a mech move action if you do that.
then no,
Yeah.
I'm
A
just
mick
gonna
move.
try to stab her with this big old spear.
Get her.
Hamadaba. Let's. Oh, I got a system failure, which means I get 1d4 PP. I get 2 more PP,
Haha.
and I'm gonna do that thing where it makes aiming easier, called aim.
That adds up. That adds up, actually.
That is what it's called, yes.
I'm just gonna use
Good job.
four
He's aiming.
to do a devastating hit with aim.
Okay.
Badoo. What if I told you a really silly number?
I would laugh.
34.
Which AC?
KAC, I imagine.
That will hit.
Huzzar! Just gonna borrow a couple of D12s. Cause I upgraded my dim dams damage.
Say Breakfast Club, you doing the double fist at the end of Breakfast Club after one successful hit on the boss.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, boys. We'll see each other next summer.
60 damage that ignores any hardness or anything like that because it's got
Alright.
penetrating.
11 points of hardness.
Badoom.
What type of weapon is it?
It is an adamantine rune spear.
Perfect. Thank you. You stab into her, and you see that she is pretty pissed that you did that as this massive spear lifts her up a bit in the air. You notice how light everything sure is, because there
In
is
space.
absolutely no gravity. You do have, or you did an aim, so is that your full action to do all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Tula.
Hey. I'm gonna keep it simple. As soon as we start flying out into space, any other thought exits Tula's small little head. So small. And I'm just going to full attack.
Okay.
With my giant frost rifle.
Okay.
And matter of fact, it's gonna be devastating. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. It's not like an action or anything. Yep. I'm going to, as she's nearly like, almost as if she's like seated in space. She's like got it in her mech has it in its little lap. As she's like cocking it, she's like, okay, give it. And I'm going to try and really shoot her.
Do it.
So, it's at a -4, but I have a plus 25 to hit normally, so
Pretty good.
that'll be plus so 31.
31 will miss.
That's too bad. Hey fellas, take some notes. That one's so it's a 33.
Well, also 33? Which
You,
AC?
you stopped at 30.
I said it was going to miss at 30.
Okay, no, 33.
Which AC are you getting? It's cold, you said?
Yeah, it's cold.
That'd be
EAC.
easy.
EAC.
So that will hit.
We're narrowing it down. Nice! Well, one of these really big hits will hit her because this thing already was high damage. It'll be extreme damage.
Very nice.
Extreme! I'm going to need some D12s. That's
a lot of
thank
D12s.
you.
This is problematic.
Yeah.
Why?
2146 is also doing the math and considering just getting out of the mech.
Hey, what?
The odds to hit will be better.
I'll remind you, you don't have spacesuits.
Yeah.
They will be fine.
How long
They're
are
built
rounds
different.
again? Like, how many rounds could you last without a spacesuit?
Yeah, very
Don't
few.
answer that.
Surprisingly few.
The answer may surprise.
The answer may surprise you. Here we go! I should have put it in the thing. I forgot to. Oh my god, excited. That's 10, and then that's 10, and then that's also 10. So that's 30 plus 11, 41 damage.
41 damage. As you blast and this cold just erupts over her, she lets out a roar as she locks eyes directly onto you.
It wasn't me.
Did the cold seem to do more?
Didn't seem to do a lot.
Okay.
Oh,
Alessa.
hey, wait.
Didn't seem to do a lot, but it did hurt her.
So Hylas is worried now that she sees that this massive dragon is somehow very hard to hit, even
just
with
touching
this is very hard to hit. So we're gonna aim because otherwise it's gonna be pretty hard. 3. Okay. Yeah. Aim and attack. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm going to use my plasma rifle to do an attack on her, which will definitely... Oh, wait. Yeah, that'll miss with a 15. So
15 total?
yeah, or 18.
Yeah, that will miss. As you begin to fire around her and the bullets just keep going all around. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
2146.
2146's turn will be simple. Deploy all shotguns. Fire all shotguns. 2146 will release 2 blasts of the sonic shotgun. They're pretty confident they need like 17s to hit based on the math they're hearing. So, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Use some aim.
2146 is not like you. They do not start with PP. They have the generator.
Oh, wow.
Some people are.
I'm with
Some
you.
people are, you gotta grow.
Well, we're gonna see. One of those is definitely not hitting.
Okay.
One of them is math numbers. Guy
Makes sense.
30. Let's see. No, hold on, because I have to. Because the -4 for full attack, -2. And the cone parameter. It is 33. Yeah, 33.
Against
Sonic. So yeah, see.
That will hit.
And this ignores 11 points of hardness.
Cool.
Because of the penetrating.
Okay.
It's a lot of 7s.
Good. More 7s.
There'll be 40 points of sonic damage, ignoring 11 hardness.
You let out this shotgun blast as she gets pushed back from just the pure force of it, and you just hear her go, "Ha ha! I remember that attack. It was a bitch then, and it's a bitch now." As she launches towards you, 2146, and she's going to make a full attack on you
Oh,
as
she
well.
went past me.
She went right past you.
Hey, hey! Swing and an aim.
Go for it.
Ooh! What if I said the number 33?
Hey!
Which AC?
The
Oh, no.
KAC.
That will not hit.
Her ability to move in full attack is a problem.
Well, it's a... I might have mathed at you wrong. Hang on. 21 plus 13 is
34.
20. It's 34 plus 2 is 36.
That will hit.
The KAC?
The KAC.
Thank
The
goodness.
KAC is
The cat.
between
The
30
cat.
Right, the cat!
and 36.
All right.
That's what the sound is.
He's rocking on.
49.
49. That is a
Where are
good
you
chunk.
going?
You hit her, and she did not like that at all. As you're seeing, you're doing a good chunk of damage to her as you swipe your entire spear through her, but that momentum does not stop her as she's going right towards 2146, and she is going to make an attack on you. 2146
Ready.
does a
Yes.
31 hit.
Yes.
Does a 28 hit?
No.
Does a 40 hit?
No.
Does a 40 doesn't hit? Crazy. He grew shields. Does a
2146 gets stronger with every blow.
Does a 40 hit again?
Yeah, I'll still no.
No, that's crazy.
Consecutive 40 does not hit, actually. Right?
So you get the first claw will do 39 damage. I'm gonna tell you the totals here. I'll tell you each individual one. 39 piercing. The first bite will do 39 piercing. Second bite will do another 39 piercing. Second one will do 42 piercing, and then the fourth one will do 38 bludgeoning.
You had 128 in there. 28 definitely did not hit.
Oh, you're right. So take out the 39. Take out 139 of those.
Take out 100.
What was the last one? 28?
Last one was 28 or 38. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of damage.
So that's 2 system failures.
What I also need you to do is make me a reflex saving throw.
Pretty sure I'm just dead, but I'll go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
You're good. Trust me.
Hey, ease up on it.
2146 will use 1 PP for resist to add a D4 to this reflex save.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
They don't think it will matter. That's gonna be 23.
23. As you get hit by this tail, you see, first of all, system errors popping up all over your screen, but you also get launched just fully backwards. And as you are flying through space, you find yourself crash landing on top of another moon. As you see, you are just now firmly on the ground, and you can see in the clouds above you is just a robot shape as you hit onto this moon. On this moon, there are.
You had the poop.
On this moon, you can tell that it is fairly heavy gravity here, and you would be able to launch yourself, but it would take a check to get you up.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be jumping up and down, being like uppies.
And imagine if it's your legs that break.
So go ahead and roll me those system failures actually while you're at it.
Frame.
Frame, okay.
Frame.
Frame.
Oh.
So your
Guess
frame.
where the shotgun is.
Yeah, it's in your frame.
So
No,
you can
I'm off now.
You can
Good luck,
overcome.
team.
You can overcome that by spending 4 PP to ignore the malfunction completely. But for now, yeah, your frame is just offline, which at least doesn't kill you. Vinny.
Numbers.
Numbers. Oh my. We gotta go pick him up.
What? I gotta stab a dragon.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Vinny is crazy good
I
at stabbing this
can't fly, so there's no point in me getting
Oh my
stuck
gosh,
in
you
gravity.
can't.
Me
Fly
neither.
Yeah.
I also can't fly.
We got to pick
What
up
if we just landed?
2146. Oh no.
You are able to launch off a planet because you did launch off the moon to
That's
get
true.
to the castle. So this
With
is
the boosters.
yes, and you have thrusters to move around in space freely.
Spin my last to get another aim off.
It's been one round, and I don't think this is gonna end well.
Oh boy.
It's been one round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't win this one. just by the numbers.
That's you.
That's you. That's legally you.
The numbers don't look good, Captain.
You look great, pal. A 40 to hit.
A 40 to hit will hit. Vinny, you're so good. Once you stop talking, you're just really good at hitting.
They hurt my numbers.
That's my numbers.
Wow.
Do it right, you guys. You have tablets, so you can do the big dice rolls, and it does the math for you.
Man.
Believe it or not, the virtual dice don't always roll good either.
Dude, I think this is you. I think this is the vibe you bring to
The
dice.
Marcus Touch.
53.
53 damage. You pierce in, and she is looking worse for wear. She is looking pretty beat up now, as you have single-handedly done well over 100 damage to her as you are just stabbing into what seemed to be the vital points. And she is now locked directly onto you in complete anger.
Figured. Yeah, it's probably the end of old Captain Vinny.
Tula, don't forget you regen shields at the beginning of your turn, too.
All my shields are back mostly
Okay.
full.
We
Well-
get our
It's your tier level, yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. So where's 2146?
He is
The
currently on a different moon. He is
Oh.
3 layers
the
away.
cut over to 3 different pages.
So here's how this works. Because we are in a 3D space and we're just kind of doing a little bit of theater of the mind for the movement here. In order to get to those layers,
rocks.
it'll cost half a movement to move 1 level up, and it'll cost 2 movements to move 2 levels, like your full move action to get up to another.
My full move action?
To get to 2,
Or
to go
a
2
full
levels.
action just moving. Like,
Your full move action.
okay.
Yeah. So if you want to do like a dash, you'd be able to get to 2146. But that would take your like.
I
whole-
mean, yeah,
your
I
whole
don't
turn.
think that he's making it off that planet.
Their legs are fine. Their frame is broken.
So you should hop into my mech, maybe, or something. We need to go pick him up. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna look over to Captain Vinny, and I'm going to grab the joystick on my mech and make him do like a... I'm not very good at it yet. Do a kind of like sloppy salute, and then I'm just gonna screw off over to where 2146 is and pick him up from school.
Okay. Yep, you're able to get to the moon and you land next to the crash body of 2146.
I haven't seen the Iron Giant, but I imagine it's something like this.
That's it,
As
yeah,
I
this
reached
is it.
out and like, come inside.
He goes Superman as
I'll
you fly
eat him.
away. Hi, Lessa.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Ilis is gonna kind of just move a little bit further back, probably closer toward the top right, just to get away from, get out of range of like multiple attacks.
A day on this planet is 14 seconds.
So if you want to get out of real range, what you can do is you can move up a layer, so that you've got some more distance from her, and you can fire down at her. You'll just have a little bit of a disadvantage to attack. Like you'll have like a minus to the attack.
I cannot afford that.
Okay, so if you want, or you can
so-
attack now, then move if you want to do that.
Okay, that works too. Attack.
Oh, cars!
I got this.
All right.
No wonder
but we
it
can see
becomes a
real quick
desert
whether or not
It's empty anyway.
Oh, you don't need.
I got one of the 2 numbers I need. It's
Yes!
a nat 20.
Nat 20, yes! That's right, he hit her!
Okay, so that's gonna be damage. I was with the plasma rifle.
Okay.
Um,
What type of damage is that?
electricity and fire.
Okay, perfect.
So let's do one of those.
Pew,
That's
pew.
57. Do we just want double?
Yep, just double.
And I don't think this has critical effect as wound.
Wow.
Oh, wound is good.
Ooh.
Wound is good.
Wound
I have to
good.
Google something really quick.
I hope it just says dies.
Saving throw, a listed
Cuz-
type.
Wound is like a million things. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all good. Wound is so good.
Yeah, I see. I got the chart pulled up.
I don't think it lists a type for what the saving throw is, or do I just do wound?
You
because
just
it's
get.
critical?
I think, as far as I understand, you just get the wound because you get the nat 20.
Yeah,
She's,
Well, the
she's not
save
immune to
is they roll the thing first. The save.
Oh, right,
If
okay.
it's
Depends on the
wound
thing.
like 3-5 used to have, that's terrifying.
So then we'll see
Well,
what it's hitting.
it's gonna break something.
That's a 10, perfectly average. That's general, so
Ah,
it's
ah.
bleed 1d6.
Okay.
Hey, if it bleeds, we can kill
And the
it.
total damage was
The
114.
robot is bleeding.
She is immune to bleed because she is a construct.
Great,
Sorry.
That was close to
but it was still 114.
114 damage.
Yeah,
Ooh. My boy.
He almost put an eye on it.
almost.
Just 1 point away.
With that 114 damage, she lets out this massive roar as she looks at you in what is clearly a panic, as you have done a ton of damage as you light her up and just riddle her with bullets.
And please complete my movement to a different layer, please.
You can go up 1. You're at the bottom
Sure.
layer currently, so you can go up 1.
Uppies.
2146. I will say, before anything else happens, as you look around this moon, you do see that there are massive boulders all around. And how space combat or how gravity works is if you are in a 0 gravity, your throw distance is now 10 times what it is. So if you want to attempt to hurl a boulder at her from the moon, you can do that.
Well, 2146 is obviously not going to say no to that one.
A suspiciously man-shaped
Shula,
boulder.
welcome. Watch this. Question: Can a boulder.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're looking worse for wear. I'm gonna give you a win.
Adding D4 to boulder. That's so many of the same digits. I don't know what the end of this. I assume it'd be this. Functionally, my melee and my range are the same number, so it's probably the same number.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw it as a ranged attack.
35.
35 will hit.
Rock.
Hey! And it does the mediums.
They launch me back. Can I devastating hit a boulder? No, I don't want to. I need my PB. 2146 is Meg gets slapped back into the moon and slams, and there's this puff of rubble in this crater. And then you see what looks like 2146 launching back into the fight, only to realize that's just a rock that you slams into the
I
island.
knew he'd be back. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Isaac Newton's the most dangerous man in space.
You are gonna ruin somebody's day somewhere. You better be damn sure you're on target. $35 points of probably bludgeoning damage, one would assume. It is just a rock.
You smack this rock into the side of her head as she looks around confused, but then sees like the line of like from where your puff cloud is. There's a tiny little hole in that one now, and she just narrow eyes down at it. As it is now her turn. Vinny, what you see?
Okay, I have 11 shield now.
Vinny, you're the only one there.
Sure am.
So she looks at you, and she goes, "I'll be back." And she flies one layer down. She'll fly 2 layers down, actually.
Does she disengage?
No, you can make an opportunity attack.
You're doing great.
No.
Okay.
mind.
That's it. As she hits this layer, from that moon that you two are on, you see her, and you see what looks like a red dot appearing as she begins to light up her mouth with her breath attack. And she launches, and you see it go from a cone to a direct beam as it hits not you guys, but it hits the planet itself. And you
Planet.
you hear the moon, right? You're right. My bad. It's the moon itself as it burrows through the ground, and you feel the ground begin to shake as more time passes, and eventually you hear it gurgling and popping as the ground underneath you cracks and the whole moon explodes. As you are now back in space. I'll need you guys to also make me reflex saving throws one more time.
Death Star, dude.
Would this be considered a ranged attack?
Yeah, but not on you.
Oh, 2146 would love to spend 2 PP to dodge this.
Good news, you're now surrounded
No.
by more.
Wait, is it a save? What are we? A saving?
A reflex save.
That's,
You could do the.
Yep.
No. It's just to do just for a
Yep.
saving throw.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
right, Dungeon
Yep.
Speedrun.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
no.
Oh, I thought you were
It's no
saying.
move.
Yeah, you should.
Definitely spending a PP for that, yes.
Matter of fact, actually,
But you are surrounded by a ton of rocks now.
I will as well resist. Resist.
Nice.
Okay. No.
No.
28.
28.
28.
Okay.
30 even.
30. You both pass as you take half damage from this 33 fire and bludgeoning coming right at you guys from this ground and from the fire erupting and the earth itself. Earth
Is
underneath you
33
exploding.
half?
33. No, 33. You have to half 33.
16.
16.
Okay. That's not so bad.
5.
You are again, notably, now surrounded by even more things to throw, and just fully
I've got
in
an idea
space.
about that actually.
Vinny, it is your turn.
And as we all know, physics doesn't have an equal and opposite reaction.
Correct.
Right. As she is starting to fly away, the little drop-down targeting that's normally for my rocket launcher, but I will javelin the spear because it has a thrown property.
It does, and again, in zero gravity, 10 times the range. So, you can throw that bad boy 100 more, whatever you're about to do.
Okay, all right.
He's having a thought.
39.
39. 39 will hit.
Keep it D.
Oh, that was Chris. Oh, you didn't hit. If that felt like watching hibachi.
38
The
piercing.
way you were like,
38 piercing damage.
Ignoring all the hardness.
Yes.
I want dramatically, I'll just throw it, have it stick for a moment, use my thrusters to come in, and just pull it right back out.
Right. You do that. You do as you pull out, you flip back as she's roaring just angrily. And that is Tula's turn.
this, listen, we're having fun here,
Yeah.
right? Thanks, man. Actually,
You're
this
about to erase a hole in your paper.
I am.
2146 thought they would help.
I am. This is actually going to involve you, funnily enough. So, this isn't really rules as written,
Okay.
Go on.
but it's the finale.
Sure is.
Throw me.
I will never roll him.
Hurl him.
Can I just take like in that Mario game where he
Fastball
spins him around a
special.
bunch first, and then he launches Bowser?
I will let you
Okay,
do
Bowser?
this. You will do it.
We've all seen
How
The
is
Incredibles.
this?
It's a legal move.
The bathroom!
Okay, make a ranged attack.
Done.
Do it with disadvantage because you do have a squirmy robot in your hand.
No,
Squirmy!
2146 is more than willing.
This is
He's
all.
submitting.
Okay, you can argue the semantics of it. This is a whole new situation that no other living being has been in. So you
Good thing these mechs are not living beings.
You
It's a
are living
really good
inside
thing-
of them, my man.
She is simply throwing a rock. It is just dragon shaped
Well, and it's
with a
great
sword.
thing that we
It's a disadvantage,
established-
too,
we
which is
have
crazy.
We have established that you can aim when hurling.
Yep.
So I'll take one of these.
Please do not miss.
I can do
And listen, if anybody was to draw, I hate to beg. But if anybody wanted to drop a hero point right now, this is me talking to you at home. sitting on
That's
your-
right, you.
I
Only
could kill
You
AJ
hoarding your
right
channel
now.
points, waiting for the moment. This is the
I'm gonna
moment.
roll this for a long time. A disadvantage, you
A
say?
disadvantage.
Oh,
We
okay.
can take an ad break.
Well, the first one is I am good at. It's a 37.
Okay.
That's the first one.
Worse.
There's still time. Because here we go.
Let's go.
Same
It's the same number. It's the
Same
same
number.
number. It's the
Same
same
number.
Yes!
Okay.
You have to let us do it now!
Mom said you have to let her throw me.
Oh, my cool boss fight. It's going down the toilet so fast.
We're having a blast. I don't know what
You're
I
saying
spent
that
like
this
a
is
week
less
on
cool?
What do
Yeah,
you
you can
mean?
throw
This
him.
is awesome.
You can throw him. You throw him.
Yes!
What the hell damage do you do?
Well, her says medium.
But it goes up for size.
Oh my god.
How big are you? What's your size?
I think you would do high damage,
High damage!
which is 60-10.
We'll do
my
60-10,
gosh.
and we'll say it's piercing because you're using your sword.
Yes! I have reached down to you and I grab onto your arm and then going cross body just as your little robot ears by my little robot mouth. I'll be like, your mission is certain. Go.
Send it! 2146 is here! Sword first!
Superman.
60-10, is that's what it is?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
I flew up earlier, so do they get
25.
fighting bonuses?
No. Okay. I have to draw a line in the sand.
What's sand? You blew up the moon!
The moon's gone! It's 25 damage!
25 damage. Oh, my allergies. Here's what I'm gonna say happens.
fun?
You launch him, and he's just. You know that scene from Guardians 3 where it's Adam Warlock and his face is in like a wide angle lens? It is that with you with a sword. And you pierce through. I'll say it also pushes her back one more layer again, so she's back in front of cars. Right in front of this moon, as she's screaming in pain and trying to just grab and throw you out. Alessa, it's your turn. What the hell did you do after that?
Okay. Well,
Your go!
Eyeless is gonna try to follow a little bit, because I cannot afford those, that panel. Oh wait, are we in the same?
You're in the same space now. He pushed her into this.
Oh good, okay.
2146 would assume they are also on this land?
They're also there, but
Okay.
it's okay. We'll get you there.
Or was this like billiard balls? We're just kind of
No, you pierce. If you didn't pierce through, then yes.
Then gonna keep it simple and
Oh man. You remember when you started this fight, you guys were like, "Oh, we're dead."
That opinion has not necessarily changed, but it will at least be glorious.
I'm just gonna basically do the same thing. Another aim and attempt to shoot.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
My dice are happy today.
Do it!
Yes.
Okay, that's a 19.
Okay.
That's gonna be 31 or plus 3. Hold on, I can do math. Plus 3, 34.
It's okay. A big thing just happened. That will hit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make this and spend an extra 3 PP to do a devastating hit.
Yeah.
Hit her harder.
And so this will be a
If I'd had the PP, I would have made you a devastating hit, buddy.
It's okay. 2146 is always a devastating hit.
this will be a 6d12.
Oof.
I don't think I have an easy way to do this. So can I have a tablet?
Just take all the d12s. Take them all.
Okay.
Big numbers.
D12.
Go fight Win.
This is Meg combat, baby.
Dice. 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 Dice.
Bread.
Bread. Bread. 2146 will get that bread this day.
Maybe 46 is the baker.
6d12.
You can almost smell it outside the mech.
Okay.
Just how excited he is.
49.
49 damage. She is looking on death's door.
Here we
Knock,
go.
knock, baby.
Open up the door.
Did you
It's
say
real.
she has system damage?
She's a robot. You don't get that. Mechs get that for some reason, but not just robots.
Good news, Chip.
I'm gonna cross out this ability.
Will not be relevant.
What gun did you? What weapon did you use?
Not
That was
until you
the
turn
plasma
on the
rifle.
party.
The plasma rifle, yeah, you just let out this massive plasma bolt as 2146 is piercing and going through her. You are able to just stop their momentum by shooting her directly in the back. 2146, what are you gonna do?
2146 has 5 PP and will be spending all of it now. They are slammed into Aelith with the point of their blade, whipping their hand back as the blade just disjoints, leaving the tip of it embedded until he flips the whole thing around, transitioning to whip mode, overcharging their shields, and aiming twice.
Okay.
It's 5 PP. So start. Then my shields, please. That's full. I rolled a zillion. I
know
have
you can
all
roll
my
that on a
shields
D12 and a
now.
D4.
We put that back on the shield space on my sheet. There we go. Secondly, 2 whip strikes. -4 each. Both aimed. I just matched colors so I
That's
could roll
very
them.
nice.
Wow.
Noise.
I didn't know you could do that.
That
hit?
one's not hitting. That one's a 2.
Oh,
But this one's a lot.
here we go.
36.
36 will hit.
Yeah.
Then that will do this many. Wow. These damage rolls are going okay for me.
Good. I'm glad. I've never been more happy for you than this moment.
59
Woo!
points of combined slashing and fire damage as this whip sears somehow through the void of space, spraying sparks and jets of blue flame as it strikes. One of these slashing well across Aelith, one a little wide as they're getting a little excited and swing kind of wildly.
You are just spinning these chains around and hitting her just over and over again as she's getting pelted. She is almost on death's door and looks directly at you. And she goes, "If I'm dying, you are too." As you see in a split second, she grabs onto you and bites into your neck. Make me a reflex saving throw one more time.
2146 will use 1 point thing for this for resist. This will go poorly now. That is a 19.
That will fail as
This is a surprise
Oh,
to
no.
everyone.
In a moment, she grabs onto you and launches herself not towards any moon, not towards the castle, but towards the planet Karth itself, which, as you know, is a massive gas giant that is incredibly deadly. And she grabs you and barrels herself right into the planet as you see errors and critical messages popping up all around you saying, error, please vacate area, pressure increasing greatly.
Oh my gosh!
That's really good. Hey, don't we have a escape hatches?
Brilliant!
Don't we have ejector seats?
Don't you have a teleporter?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a teleporter!
You've got 34 damage from you just directly from failing that reflex save throw, as well as it just all of the pressure and these gases are just getting into the mech itself and doing extreme damage.
The teleporter is a standard action, but yes.
Oh no!
Vinny, your friend is in a planet.
Not again.
Every time I tell him to stay away from
Can't
us.
system fail me a third time. Good thing I got literally all of my shields back.
This map is awesome. Look at that.
Well, I think I'm just gonna go try to make advantage of the flanking bonus.
You're going to the planet?
You're going in with
I'm
her?
going in.
Okay.
Because mine can't fly, but it
there you
can
go.
glide to make it immune to fall damage.
Captain, it seems
falling
like a
with style.
situation in which you would want to fly. Fall damage is not the problem. The planet is a gas giant.
As you go in, make me another reflex saving throw.
Oh,
What's that thing you guys are doing to make yourselves better at these?
a reflex. It's
There's
Oh,
resist.
Yeah, I'm a resist.
It's resist.
Resist the power.
I'm told it's futile. 25.
We'll pass.
Not futile.
when he
As
does
you
it.
take,
Most of ours are weak.
Most of it, we did okay.
you will take.
We did okay. That planet just blew up.
You will take 17 damage as the gas and pressure begins to go in, but you are still hurtling in towards the center. And as you're going through the smoke, you can see the back of Ilith, and looks like the legs of 2146 and those wings kind of flapping through the wind pressure.
Oh no.
I stab?
Go for it.
I stab!
And you will get the flanking bonus. Okay.
What have I told you? 32.
32 will hit.
Yee! Thank you, aim! As you have been the most
flanking.
used action and flanking.
Yeah, the aim and resist seems to be the vast majority of
Yeah.
intelligent PP expenditure.
Always intelligently expend your PP.
Never waste PP.
That's what Brazen always told me. Did anybody get my Brazen joke?
No, but you can have 44 piercing damage.
How do you do it?
Yeah, dude.
As 2146 is like, although the flashing and whatnot, like the screen can just like cut out and go to complete analog, so it's just a windshield and just a little twinkle of flying through. And my equivalent of on your left is gonna be, how you doing? And I just wanna get her and then kind of push upward and use my thrusters to reduce like the fall as it's going
Okay.
down.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'll let you do that.
Open my wings and do the like a glide effect outward because that's what mine does. It doesn't fly, it glides.
She is dead now. You guys do have some thrusters, so you're able to get out. So on your turns, you'll be able to do full dash actions to try to get out, but it will take a check. Tula and Hylessa, it is your turn if you can think of or want to try any way to help them get out.
I think I'm gonna radio. Hey, is there anything I can do to help you get out?
I'm gonna just start fumbling. Do they store any emergency equipment in these mechs? Like maybe a rope?
There's no rope in there with you, and they didn't seem to have a rope. But you could, I will say, if you want to like get close to the planet to kind of have your hand extended out to try to like grab them and pull them out too, I would let you do that.
I guess I'll do that. I don't know what else much to do.
Could I use like the scan ability to kind of like, I guess, sort of do like radar, kind of see
Right,
where
the
they
scan
are and what
ability.
their movement
Which
is?
is used often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this a computer's check. because that would make sense, right?
That feels-
It does,
that feels
yeah, it's
good.
right here.
That's also the thing that it says, yeah.
Yeah.
We're so in sync with Paizo.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, so you're looking for where they are in there specifically?
Yeah, and like if they're actually coming back out or if they're still falling. Like
Yeah, so with this scan, you can see Vinny trying to use his thrusters as much as he can to resist it, and you can tell from the scan as well, like what the readings on their mechs that you guys. One scan would give you everything about their mechs since you guys are on like the same link here. They have the power to get out, but it would be hard. So the more help you can give them, the more likely they are to get out of this planet.
And I will space vacuum drop them to Tula's computer so that
Okay.
she can also see them.
Perfect.
Vacuum truck.
All right, so
Oh.
for you two, 2146 and Vinny, you will need to use a dash action.
We have established you can hurl a mech.
Yes.
If
This
you-
is canon, it has happened.
Yeah, it is canon. It has happened. I will let you hurl a mech. It will be more difficult because this is like extreme gravity.
It is also a full action, so 2146 would make no move to escape. But as Vinny comes down and grabs, 2146 would grab back and swing up with this glider and just pitch the captain up away from the planet.
Go ahead. If there's no resistance, then go ahead and make me a basic the range attack roll. And
We
I'm
have
gonna say,
established you can aim the hurl.
you can. I'm also gonna give, because of the extreme gravity, I'm giving you a -4 penalty to it as well.
That is fair. Please, dice. 44.
With a -4? Or is
40.
That, okay, still. So if you roll a 48, how did you do that? Yeah, you, from the scanner, you can now see one of those dots, like one of those blinking dots that were in there, is now rocketing out as the other one continues to fall into the planet, as Vinny, holding Ilith on a spear, is now shooting out. And Tula, you just see him go, boop, as he pops out. 2146, you're still falling in there.
Oh.
You will take. Do me another reflex saving throw just to see if you can try to mitigate any of the damage.
2146 will use the last of their PB. This generating 3 a turn thing is pretty nice.
Yes. You will-
23.
23. You will take a full 36 damage. This is ignoring resistances as well as.
Don't have any.
Okay, as your systems are now crashing more and more and more.
2146 is at 0. What happens?
Your mech is now wrecked. So, if anyone wants to try to dive in to get him to save him, they can. Otherwise, his mech does not function at all, and he is barreling towards the center of this gas giant.
Oh man.
The mech
Right,
is
that's-
broken. The comms do not work. 2146 cannot radio out of a broken mech, they assume.
Correct.
Would it be
Okay.
safe to say that my scan could pick that up? That like
You can see
it's-
that he's now wrecked, but you can't. The comms are down completely.
Yeah.
I mean, even after a second of him coming out and 2146 not, is enough cause for concern. If we were to get in the same mech, and we would get multiple actions, would that allow us to be able to theoretically go faster?
It would let you go faster. Yeah, because you can then you'd have 2 standard actions then. So you could use like a dash and then an extra move.
Okay.
Could we like, if we like met up in the mechs, not like together in separate mechs, could I jump onto basically her mech and provide extra thrust to be like 2 mechs with double the strength?
It would be like if my mech was riding a speedboat.
Yeah.
Exactly like that, yeah.
It'd be
Exactly
exactly
like
like that.
Your mech doesn't have wings; it just has thrusters. So even
Oh, yeah.
aesthetically, that kind of works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yes.
By our
Okay.
powers combined.
Yes.
By our powers combined.
What this would what will happen is, because he's falling further and further, and you've now lost contact on how deep he's fully gone into because his whole system's down, you will have to go in, you will take damage, he will continue to take damage, but you can try to get in there fast enough to pull him out on the next turn before he takes more damage.
We're not gonna let him down.
Alright. You two
Diverting all power to thrusters.
divert all power of the thrusters as you launch yourselves in. Both of you make me reflex saving throws.
Okay.
Alright.
And then wait, do we still have PBs?
You should still have PPs.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. We're combining your turns here. We're just having this up just to keep track of what's going on.
Okay, then I will definitely add a little extra to make me better at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I needed it because I'm, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 25 for me.
Okay.
24, 26.
26. Okay. You both will pass, and you will
Okay.
both take half damage, taking only 29 of this damage as it just the pressure it builds in. You feel the gas getting into the cockpit, but as you are rocketing towards 2146, you do see his mech is in there. All power is off. You see no movement inside, and you
Okay.
can see inside of the cockpit a little bit that he is physically in there.
Though I know
As
it's
you see this hurtling, one would imagine like a comet, like that, the breaking re-entry just flame around it as it just rockets toward
Right.
the center of a planet with gravity far beyond our own. You two, here, in your heads, turn back. Tell the tale. 2146 has given themselves for the captain. Their job is fulfilled. Do not waste their sacrifice.
Did you hear that? I didn't know you could do that.
How do you think Hive communicates? All Formians telepathic. This irrelevant. Flee.
You've been telepathic the whole time?
How do you
Of
think
course,
he talks
have
to
you
you
got
when he's outside my door?
It doesn't matter.
And this felt like the one time he wasn't shouting.
The speaker is not in their brain. It is in their voice box.
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna try and respond. He hasn't done this before. As I try and respond, I'm just like, it's really nice, 2146, but it's not your time. Not today.
2146. Make me a reflex saving throw one more time.
This is 2146, the character, or this is the mech still.
This would be.
The mech is wrecked.
This
right?
would be
This is-
you, the
this is
character.
just me.
Oh, Nebula gave you a hero point, Sully.
Oh, thank you.
Bestie saved the day.
Thanks, bestie.
16.
16 will fail as you take 47 damage from the pressure as the cockpit now the pressure is building so much it is actually crushing in onto you.
Has this previous planet damage been hitting me?
No, this was just the mech. Now it is actually hitting you as the pressure, as all safety gauges in the mech have just been fully disabled and the thing itself is crumpling into a ball. To Vinny, it is actually your turn.
Oh, Vinny. Let's go into the phone book right here.
All right. Vinny starts to move the dragon to the castle.
All right.
Moving the corpse to the castle. Radioing to Declan to see how the siege is going.
Declan responds. He goes, "Where they most of them dropped. Did you guys get her?
We need that castle moving ASAP.
Oh, okay. We will. Let me see what we can do. We'll find the controls." And the comms cut as you now from where you are in the castle, you can see people begin like scurrying around. Tula and Hylessa.
I refuse to let this awful little bug die. Not today and not on my watch.
I have tinnitus now. It's never going away, and neither are you.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna get him. We're charging through to go and get him.
All right. I'm thinking on my feet with a lot of this episode.
How's those weeks of prep working?
In the toilet. Okay. What I'll need reflex saves from both of you for the damage as well. But I will also I will give you either strength. No, I'll give you athletics to try to grab onto him. If you would like to hurl him, you also can try to do that. This will now be at a -8 to the throw because you are now even deeper into this planet.
He was in. I don't know if it would be like feasible to try to like literally just break the cockpit and like pull him out. Like
Maybe.
There is if you try to do that, I will warn you, there is a mass amount of pressure in here that's even more than just like space itself. So it would be borderline deadly to do that. Because then you would have to open the cockpit for yourselves to let him in.
You've seen Vinny bring somebody back from the dead if it happens fast enough.
Yeah.
It's true. That's true.
So we just gotta
That's true.
wait, hurl him out. Hurl him
Well,
out fast
and
enough.
hold
Break
on.
through the
We
fourth wall.
established.
That's
Wait.
2146. Throw him out of
We established earlier in the episode that if something is held within a creature's class, and then they're immune from environmental effects.
That was specifically her mouth.
No, this is how science works.
Oh shit!
If I grab him like a little firefly,
I got
Same idea.
a middle compromise.
Okay.
The frame is already damaged.
Yeah.
yeah.
What we just break off like the head of the mech.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can let you do that.
Done.
Oh,
That's what
Deal,
we're doing.
deal,
That's
sign,
what we're doing.
Signing the paperwork.
Like a little basketball.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. here's what we'll do. And I planned.
This
for
is like one of those ancestors.
Also, we all laughed because Arcadis said God wanted him dead, but Tula said no, so now he'll be everyone's problem.
You can see the cockpit. You can just see 2146 standing in the window, shaking their hands, waving their arms.
And then
Pointing
we're in
back
our
out.
no, you're gonna
He's
be
panicking.
okay.
We need to save him.
You're gonna be okay.
Where's the middle finger button on this
The
console?
medic is on the way.
Okay. What is your mech's KAC? Yours.
31,
31. Take 5 off of that.
26.
Make an attack roll to hit that. You go 26 or higher, and I will say you'll be able to cut through the head.
26 or higher. Okay.
One of you will need to do it. The other one will need to move.
How about the
I'll
one with
be
the
doing
scythe?
thrust and you do.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I
You
got
have
a sight.
scythe.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes sense. Okay,
Here I come.
so 27 or 26?
Aim.
Oh, yeah, I'm aiming.
Use your PP.
I'm aiming. I'm using the PP. Okay, that's like the best I've rolled tonight.
To save the bug.
It's a 42.
That super cuts it off. You cut
We
it
roll
off.
great at saving each other from gas giants
Really now?
and nothing else.
That's teamwork.
Vinny killed the dragon or whatever.
In one slice, you cut off this head, and you see the head begin to start moving faster as it is a lighter thing. You're able to grab on as the body begins to get pulled further and further in.
Hot.
Now, one of you is going to need to
Full
make a
throttle.
dash action to get out of there. Okay, you start going out.
Go.
This will be on your next turn. You're able to get out.
I'm gonna hold him to
Sure.
my chest.
2146. One more reflex saving throw, and this time, not at this, like just a normal -4 for it. You've got,
-4?
yeah.
Then 16.
16 will fail one more time.
He's got plenty of HPs.
Bad news, my tablet died. Now I have to do real math.
You're trying to get through 2146's hit points now. This is over double the mech.
This is the situation all of your math teachers are preparing you for.
Oh no, there
Oh, Johnny's got 9 apples.
You won't always have
Actually
a
more than
calculator.
double the mech. You will not break them.
18 blood. It's 18 bludgeoning, and as it begins to crush onto
18
you.
immense pressure damage.
Vinny, it's still your turn. Are you just still moving towards that mech? Or
Yeah.
towards the castle?
Yeah.
Okay, you see that the castle is now beginning to move and facing you, and is heading towards you. Tula and Hylessa, reflex saving throws.
Okay, and I'm going to resist.
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh!
She stubbed her
Still have that
toe.
hero point.
Oh!
Thanks, Nebula.
Thank you!
Whoa.
Thank you! Forget about it, it's
Gone.
gone! I almost threw that! Thank you to Nebula! We're gonna save him!
Oh, much better.
It's almost the same number. Actually, no, it's better. I can't do math. It's a 28 now.
28 passes.
27!
27 also passes. You guys take...
Not today.
Divide it in 2. I don't know. 14 damage.
And you get shields back every round.
And you get shields back every
And
round.
the hardness, it's like you didn't even touch me.
As you guys feel 2146's cockpit getting smaller and smaller as the pressure around builds and builds, you are able to burst out of this gas giant safely in the void of space as you see you see your captain beginning to fly with Isla skewered as the castle is approaching you slowly as well.
Okay. Is it small enough for me to quickly shove it in my entry hatch, wherever that is?
No.
Probably not, no.
I'm just checking!
I have to draw lines. No, it's
Okay
not.
then, we better get over to that castle.
You fly to the castle as you
Touchdown!
We spike his head
it kills him. You just hear a deafening crunch.
You're safe!
As it hits the ground.
Safe.
You guys all land and you see the resistance is cheering and screaming as the three of you are able to make it safely. The corpse of their once ruler and the head of a mech with a man inside of it land safely. You are all welcomed by just the sounds of cheering and so many people being excited as you all crawl out of your mechs. Quite literally 2146.
I'm gonna run out of my mech to get over to 2146. Are you okay?
2146 is fine. It is not that easy to break them.
Yeah! You need a hand?
Their leg is stuck, however.
You begin getting out, and Declan runs over to you guys and is like, "You did it! Oh my god, you did it! Congratulations!" And he goes over to 2146 and goes, "Let me help with this." As he begins pulling your legs out. As you're all cheering and excited, you see from the back from one of those towers, a few of the soldiers bring out that little drow kid as he's walking out, and he seems pretty fine for the most part. He seems a little shaken, but physically he's okay. As you're all cheering, you hear the sound of rumbling in the distance as you look over to the planet of Karth, and you see the face of Ilith appear in the gas, and from a distance you hear her go, "If I can't have this, nobody can." And a massive gas, this yellow gas shoots out from Karth as it rockets towards the moon that you guys were defending so hard, as it just encases it entirely. You see the wildlife and trees and grass all begin to die and just become nothing but pure sand. And you see ships that were leaving the atmosphere to come and assist you guys begin to crash as if they've both lost power and a hand is pushing it back down onto the planet. As it lands on this moon, everyone who was once cheering and feeling so excited now looks scared and confused at their new home.
What just happened?
No, but we killed her. We did everything right.
Declan looks around and goes, well, that sucks. There's not much else we can say. That sucks.
We did everything right.
Was that not her? Was that a drone of some kind? A machine of her creation?
Where's Oracle?
Oracle is on the moon. As Declan looks around, he goes, my guess, that was her. And she had been reserving magic as of her own, as part of her hoard. And I guess she used whatever last bit she had inside of her to curse the land that defied her.
What about all the people?
And you see people are rushing to the edge to where this door was broken down, and they all have binoculars and telescopes and everything, and you hear them going, they're okay. And they turn and they go, they're okay. Everyone's okay. And Declan goes, oh, thank God. And he walks over and looks. He goes, they seem fine. The crops are dead. There's not much water left, but it does looks like everybody survived. So, a win's a win.
Ialessa is completely silent in this various whiplash of emotions right now. There's a lot going on and a lot of emotion she's taking in from everybody around her.
Is this yellow cloud persisting around the moon?
It went around and then it vanished. So now it just looks like a normal moon. But you can see ships are trying to get out, and then they crash back.
Because that's
down.
my question. Could they leave
Yeah.
now, but they're still stuck?
Nope, they're still stuck.
A desert planet
That's crazy.
with no technology. In the secrets between the stars universe?
Just to finally settle this a little bit more, are there any ships that are like we're not in the gas that are getting closer? Like
There are
The
ships-
ships in the castle are still
There's ships
there,
around the
aren't they?
castle, but none of them are leaving
Okay.
when they see that. And Declan looks around after a few minutes. He goes, "Let me talk to some of the guys really quick and see what we can figure out." He walks over to some of what seem to be some of the leaders in Zephna, as they're all talking and discussing. And a few minutes later, Declan walks up and he goes, "All right, well, first of all, thank you so much for all the help that you guys did. I'm sorry we cannot get your ship back. It is," and he points to the planet, or to the moon, and he goes, "But you guys can have these mechs, you guys can have this castle, and you have the body of Ilith. It is not too hard to pilot it. I'm pretty sure that the four of you guys will be able to bring this ship back to your home. The boys and I here, we're going to get in our ships, and we're going to go back home to everybody to do our best that we can. And you know what? And you know what? It's sad. It's sad, but we are at least free and able to live the lives that we want to. While not on the planet we would have loved to live on, it's okay. It's rather we choose our own lives there than be ruled under someone like that."
But all of your crops are dead. How are you gonna survive?
We'll figure it out. It's all right. That's not for you guys to worry about. You guys can go and it's okay. I do have one more small favor. And he walks over to the little kid and he kind of pushes him with his leg, and he like the kid's next to his leg. And he's kind of pushing him over to you four. And he goes, "Can you bring him back with you?" And he writes down the name of an orphanage and he hands it to you, to one of you. And he goes, I have some friends there who might be able to take care of him a bit, but he does not have much there, and life will be a lot harder. Life will be a lot harder there unless you guys can bring him back to where there's consistent food and civilization."
Well, this castle is massive. It's a space station.
Yep.
Anyone who doesn't want to leave doesn't have to.
And we can definitely take care of them. And Hyalessa will go out and say like, "Hey, what's your name?"
"Oh, my name's Timmer."
We can't take him. No.
And
No.
and you see
No.
Declan walk up and he takes his hat off and he puts it on the kid's head and he goes, "This is for you, man, kid. Don't worry. We'll be okay."
Who is that? You totally did describe it to look like. No.
Vinny will.
It's a very normal hat. 2146.
Yeah,
I don't
understand what's going on.
Oh.
Vinny will walk up eye level to the drow child. I don't care. You ever walk with me? Let's take a look around this place, huh? Let's see what we can get going.
Okay. And he runs off with you.
This is the moment Timur turns evil.
Oh my god.
I don't know
Tula.
what made you think Vinny was a good guy.
Hyalessa. 2146 is sorry they had to do that. They did not want you to perish needlessly.
Don't apologize. But don't ever try to stop me from saving you again.
Yeah, we're both gonna do our best to save you. Or anybody. If we can.
And we looked so sick doing it.
2146 does not understand this. They are but one piece of the team that must survive, but they are glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah.
You're one very important piece. It wouldn't be quite the same team without you.
It'd be way too quiet without you.
I don't know about that, but
No, Hyalessa is accurate. It would be much quieter.
not too quiet, though. Hey, so what's that thing where you can talk in our heads? Let's...
2146 does not wish to discuss that. It is deeply uncomfortable.
Okay.
As Vinny walks away with Timur, and you three discuss this. After a little bit of time,
Gary in the chat, kill him, alter the timeline.
it's like the ending of Metal Gear Solid, where it just says, or Metal Gear Solid 3, which is time paradox after you kill him. You guys kind of get used to what the castle is as the soldiers are all kind of figuring out what they'll do. Declan comes back up to you and he goes, all right, some of them are going to go with you guys. They kind of want to make sure the kid gets in the right places wherever he can go, but then they said they'll be back. So for the most part, we kind of want to stay. We kind of want to make the world our own. It took a lot of time for us to be able to do that. So thank you guys so much. If you're ever in our neck of the woods, well, don't stop by unless you really want to find a new home. But if you do, you're welcome here.
Is there like an obvious like remaining water? Like there's very few remaining water sources on the planet, but like,
Very
are they
few.
visible?
Yeah, there's like, you can see what look like small ponds all around and like some watering holes.
Vinny will offer to once a month shoot down like a supply escape pod that's not really reliant on a pilot.
Okay.
Like once a month I can do what I can.
That would be greatly appreciated. You've done more than enough you've ever had to do. So, thank you so much, Vinny. Thank you, everyone else, for all the help. We couldn't have done this without you. See you guys. Or if I see you around, I'm happy, but if I don't ever see you again, I understand, no hard feelings. He goes there, he gives you guys a big hug. He gives all of you just a hug, and he salutes you. He doesn't know if you want a hug or not. You see all of them get into the ships and begin flying away. And as they hit the atmosphere, you see them begin to take evasive maneuvers to land somewhere safely and as minimum damage as possible.
Take the shot.
And with that, you guys begin traveling back towards the Absalom Ring in your very nice new house with a little boy who's oddly good with his pop gun. And with that, we'll end this mini-series of Secrets Between the Stars to Defy the Dragon. You guys did it. You got close there. Got real close there for a minute.
2146 was thrown into 2 celestial objects.
And weaponized
And then
both.
he became a thrown celestial object.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this 4-episode miniseries. I hope you really liked it. We put a lot of work into this. They had to learn Met Combat live on camera, and that was stressful. So if you guys like the show and you can support us, I would greatly appreciate it by following us on social media at UGT Show on everything. If you want, we're gonna have a post show after this. We're gonna talk about everything that we did do, didn't do, that boss fight. I'll get into the nitty gritty of it and how they really handled Island.
I have one funny anecdote for that. You already know what it is.
Probably. With that, this Wednesday, Secrets Between the Stars Season 3 premiere. It is the big one. It is the setup. This was the setup for Season 3. This is some deep lore for you. So you're going in with some extra knowledge. We will be there. It'll be me, Marcus, Sully, Logan, Gary, and Riley as we take back the crew of the CS Verity and they take on this new strange planet. Then Sunday is Strange Aeons Book 4. It is the premiere of this new season. There's been a lot of work coming in. Follow those social medias at UGT Show. You will see a lot more teasers and things coming out along those lines. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. It is a massive help to us. That helps literally more than anything else you could possibly do on YouTube. So if you can, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let us know if you like the show. If you don't like the show even, we'll take your comments. With that is the season finale, or series finale, mini-series finale.
End.
Finn. Have a good night, everybody.